is for life. Unboxed.
Rupture disk responded, no problem. I'm Philip Filmer from REMBE and I'm a specialist in pressure relief systems. Today I'll show you how to replace a BT KUB SFL rupture disk. However, before we get started, we need to bear in mind a few important safety measures. As there may be sharp edges on responded rupture disks, gloves must always be worn here. Depending on the medium, it may be necessary to wear safety glasses. In loud environments, hearing protection must be worn. Helmets are mandatory in the indicated areas. Safety shoes must always be worn when working on plant components. To work on a plant safely, the process must be pressure-free. In addition, it is important to secure the main switch from being switched back on. Before starting work, the corresponding area should be secured. Ruptured disks must only be replaced by qualified employees. Depending on where they are installed, a second person may be required here. Read the corresponding operating manual before starting assembly work. We can now begin dismantling our test installation. Following a quick visual inspection, the bolts can be loosened. As the KUB-F is a rupture disc that is mounted directly between the flange, no holder is required here. The new rupture disc can now be selected using the tag plate on the old rupture disc. Particular criteria for selecting the new rupture disc include the rupture disc type, the nominal diameter, burst pressure and burst temperature. Once the right rupture disc has been found, we open the box carefully. The corresponding operating manual should always be read thoroughly. When removing the ruptured disc, it is important to make sure that this is only touched on the tag plate or on the outer edge. It should also be checked for possible transport damage. If the disc is in perfect condition, we can install it. It is also important here to check the gasket for damage or scratches. In the worst case, damage or scratches could cause leaks in the process. The venting side is clearly indicated on the tag plate. This shows the installation direction. The permitted torque is dependent on the bolts used, the flange periphery and the gaskets, and so must be calculated individually. To prevent warping, we will tighten in 3 steps. Tightening it across prevents the ruptured disc from tilting during tightening. As the KUB is a torque-independent rupture disc, the torque has no influence here on the burst pressure. To finish, the complete setup can be inspected once again. If nothing is found here, the plant can be started up.